All right, Mr. Teleferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? I kind of broke this down on my videos yesterday, but I want to go more in depth and just kind of timestamp this video with its own title and its own perspective. Yeah, I was thinking, right? And I was talking, like I said, I was talking about it yesterday in one of my videos. If you subscribe to my platform, you watch my video every day, you already know what's going on. I was thinking, right? And I want to salute to the New York Knicks' new head coach, David Fizdale, doing a good job with what he got. And I want to really salute to New York Knicks general manager Scott Perry, right? You know what? I want to even give James Dolan some credit. For the first time in a long time, the owner of the team, Dolan, is stepping back and allowing the GM to actually GM, right? For the first time in a while, it's not the VP doing it, it's not Phil Jackson. No, this is the general manager, Scott Perry, making some things happen. For the first time in a while, I looked at the New York Knicks and said, damn, I see where this is going. I'm talking about, okay, there was one other time in the last decade where I was like, okay, the Knicks might be great. I really did believe that the Carmelo Anthony, Amari Stoudemire thing was going to work out. I thought it was going to be great. I was one of those guys, right? I slept on some of those prospects that the Knicks traded to Denver, right? That Raymond Felton trade. I slept on a few of those prospects. Denver got a lot of pieces, right? But to be fair, for the first time in a while, that was like 2010, 2011, I looked at the New York Knicks and I was thinking to myself, damn, I see what the Knicks are doing. They got a nice little direction here. Here's what's going on in New York. They just traded for Dennis Smith Jr., DeAndre Jordan, and Wesley Matthews. They traded an angry Kristaps Porzingis. I'm like a lot of other people, right? I'm not mad at trading Porzingis. Porzingis was mad. You know, he went into the locker room, demanded a trade, and they got his ass out there in the next hour. They said, you want to trade? He went to the general manager. He met with the Knicks somewhere a couple days back. They said, you want to trade? Fine. Good. We already got some trades on the table. They had already had some offers that, you know, at their back pocket that they, you know, I'm sure Dallas was okay with the Dennis Smith Jr., DeAndre Jordan, Wesley Matthews trade whenever, right? They were always, that trade was always cool on Dallas' side. It was just all about the Knicks wanting to take that offer, right? So Porzingis demands a trade. The Knicks are like, shit, get out. Go, let's go. Go, go, go. You don't got to tell us twice. So if you don't want an angry Porzingis there, because reportedly free agents were hitting up Porzingis like, yo, I'm thinking about joining the Knicks. And I don't know if it was Kevin Durant or not, but there reportedly has been a free agent or two to hit up Kristaps Porzingis like, yo, you coming to the Knicks? Or excuse me, yo, when you going to be back? I'm thinking about coming to the Knicks. And Porzingis was like, man, don't join this piece of crap. Don't join the Knicks. It's a mess. I'm not going to be here long term. You cannot have that going on when you're trying to get free agents to come to New York. Not to mention, he's injured, right? This is a 7'3" guy who's coming off a knee injury. He ain't really ever been healthy for a full season so far. Now, to be fair, Joel Embiid is 7 foot, and he looks great this year, right? I know he's got some back injuries, but he's playing through it. I'm not saying Porzingis won't be able to come back after knee surgery. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's like not as strong as Embiid, right? So I'm kind of concerned a little bit about Porzingis. I will say this: knee injuries are not what they once were 2 decades ago. With the amount of research and the amount of just education and the amount of growth in technology, you can come back from a torn ACL and be better than where you were before, right? But if you're a free agent like a KD or Kyrie, this is a big decision. You might go supermax in this deal and sign long term somewhere. You need to know everything that's going on. Everything that's going on. So I looked up and I seen the Knicks trade Porzingis. I ain't mad at that. Get him out of there. If he wasn't happy, let him go. He was injured anyway. You give him to Dallas. Now you bring in Dennis Smith Jr., Wesley Matthews, and DeAndre Jordan. This is perfect. Wesley Matthews and DeAndre Jordan. What are they in this league? Guys that are respected, rotation players. Wesley Matthews can shoot. DeAndre Jordan, he's a at the rim guy. He can't shoot outside of 6 feet, but he can get you any board. He's super athletic. He plays hard. He plays his ass off. And to be honest with you, with the Knicks perspective, here's the most important piece. DeAndre Jordan has a lot of relationships around the NBA. A lot of people not talking about this. DeAndre Jordan is super respected around the NBA circles. He might be able to be the Draymond Green. Call up Kevin Durant. Yo, you want to do this? I think you should come. I'm here. I'm your dog on the road. We gonna be kicking it. We gonna be doing crap in New York together, partying, all that. This stuff matters, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't a game of NBA 2K, my GM. This is real stuff. These are real people in real lives who want to know they're comfortable in certain situations. And we've seen from Kevin Durant, he definitely likes being around other people that give him confidence, right? Just being honest, right? No disrespect. So now you got DeAndre Jordan and Wesley Matthews on the roster. You can do one or two things with these guys. If you're the Knicks, you can call around, get in contact with Kevin Durant's people. It's tampering, but we'll never find out. You can get in contact with Kyrie Irving's people, Kemba Walker's people, Jimmy Butler's people, Kawhi Leonard's people. I know that's a little bit far-fetched, but you can. You can be like, yo, we got into March 1 to keep Wesley Matthews and DeAndre Jordan on this roster. Y'all want them? Y'all want them around, or do y'all want us to buy them out? At that time, you know, maybe Kevin Durant say, yeah, I want him. Maybe say I don't want him. If he don't want him, Kyrie don't want him, if that'll deter them from joining the Knicks, trade him. You'll trade either, or excuse me, you'll buy them out. You'll try to trade them, but then if that don't work, you just buy them out, right? You'll buy them out before March 1. That's great. Now you get to do what you wanted to do all along. You get to tank. You allow Dennis Smith Jr. to be the guard that he has always been, a turnover machine, but he can ball. Now you do two things for that New York Knicks fan base. You give them a show, and you give them something to look forward to. You allow Dennis Smith Jr. to tear it up, but still lose games, but you'll be competitive, and you allow Dennis Smith Jr.'s trade stock to improve. Now you're doing yourself a service in regards to Dennis Smith Jr. Let's say he comes and shows out in the Garden. Let's say you can't get Kyrie. Let's say the Celtics make the finals and Kyrie wants to stay in Boston, but KD wants to come. You got Dennis Smith Jr. on a rookie deal, ladies and gentlemen, a rookie deal for the next couple years. Maybe Kevin Durant likes Dennis Smith Jr. Now you could go take that money and go get a two guard. Maybe if you're KD, you play with Klay Thompson the last couple years. Maybe you can go get Klay. Convince him to come to the Garden. I don't think that's likely, but you can go out and get Klay. Maybe you can get Klay or somebody out in that market, maybe a B-level player to come join you. You don't need a lot when you got Kevin Durant. Just being honest. Dennis Smith Jr. probably is a Russell Westbrook that will listen and give Kevin Durant the ball late game scenarios. So you like that. Dennis Smith Jr. is a little less hard-headed than Russell Westbrook at this point in their lives, right? Also, if you don't like Dennis Smith Jr., trade him. If you like him, keep him. You know, his value will be through the roof. You can do whatever. You can trade Dennis Smith Jr. and maybe go out and get another guard, right? If he shows his ass off in New York the last 30 games, his value will be up. And I do think he's going to play well with Kevin Knox and company. It works out in a lot of accords. And by the way, while you tank with Dennis Smith Jr. as your point guard for the next 30 games, you're in that top 3. What does the top 3 get you? Draft lottery. You know, the top 3, here's the reality of the situation in the NBA. It's not about being the worst record in the NBA no more. You don't have to be the worst record in the NBA. The draft lottery system changed. If you're one of the 3 first records for the first time this year, there's a 14% chance for the 3 worst records in the NBA to get the #1 pick. The Knicks are one of the 3 worst records, right? If you buy out DeAndre Jordan and Wesley Matthews, you're going to lose more games. Then you allow Dennis Smith Jr. to increase his stock. Hell, maybe Kevin Durant can talk to one of his guys around the league. I don't know, a player that we're not even thinking about right now in regards to will want to be traded and play with Kevin Durant. Maybe he talks to one of these guys and says, look, hey, Anthony Davis, you still in New Orleans? I know they about to trade you. Hell, hey, tell him right now, we'll tell the Knicks people, or excuse me, the Pelicans people, that we'll give them Dennis Smith Jr. and the #1 pick, which they could flip into Zion Williamson right now for Anthony Davis. You think the Pelicans can't consider that off? You think they're not going to strongly consider that one? To me, that's better than the Boston Celtics offer. In my opinion, there is a lot going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. When I say a lot, there's a lot going on. And hell, maybe the Knicks keep the #1 pick, #2 pick, and now you can go get Zion Williamson or RJ Barrett. There is a lot that the Knicks can do. The Knicks are not in a bad situation by any means. They're in a good spot right now for the first time in a long time, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a New York Knicks fan, I say you probably, look, the Warriors are going to win the ring this year. That's understood. But I would say the Knicks fan base should be one of the top 5 most optimistic fan bases in the league. And that happened in less than 24 to 48 hours, bruh. All with one trade. I'm not saying the Knicks are going to get any of these guys, but it's for damn sure looking up. It looks better in New York now than it did 72 hours ago. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. Don't be sad, New York. It's turning around slowly but surely. And I believe Kevin Durant will consider the Knicks. I don't know if he's going to go there, but I do believe he's thinking about going there, though. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. They are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Telefair. Mr. Telefair.
Mr. Telefair. Mr. Telefair. Shout out to Mr. Telefair.
You're watching Mr. Telefair TV.
Mr. Telefair TV. Here with the Triple B's. You can't do nothing but win.